In this video, we are going to talk about naming conventions in JavaScript. Proper naming conventions are a crucial part of programming, as they make your code easier to read, understand, and maintain. So let's get started. First, a few general rules to remember. Variables should have descriptive names, so their purpose is clear. This makes your code easier to understand. Variables should also be in English. Although JavaScript allows variable names in any language, English is the most commonly used language in programming. And also, variable names are case sensitive. That means my variable with an upper V and my variable, all lowercase, are two different variables. Now let's talk about some common naming conventions in JavaScript. The first one is Camel Case. This is the most commonly used naming convention in JavaScript. The first word is lowercase and every following word starts with a capital letter. No spaces or underscores. Pascal Case is similar to Camel Case, but the first word also starts with a capital letter. This is often used for class names. Snake Case is a naming convention where all words are lowercase, separated by underscores. Although this is not as common in JavaScript, it's still used in certain contexts. Like in some specific libraries. And the last one is upper snake case, where all words are uppercase, separated by underscores. This is often used for constant values. Now, as I said, in JavaScript, the most common naming convention is Camel Case. This means the first word of a variable starts with a lowercase letter, and each subsequent word starts with an uppercase letter. No spaces or underscores are used. Let me show you an example. You can have number of apples equal 5. Or we can also have user first name equal Livio. These variable names are clear and descriptive, which helps others understand what data type they might hold. For objects, we also typically use Camel Case in JavaScript. The names should be nouns. As objects are things with properties and methods. For example, we could have lat apple basket, which is an object. We can also have lat user account, which is an object. Now, when it comes to the fields within the object, we stick with Camel Case as well. So you should not change from Camel Case to Pascal Case or to Snake Case. If you're using variables, objects, or field names. So we could have in user account, for example, first name, something, and last name, and so on. The same applies to functions as well. However, the names of the functions should usually start with a verb. Because functions perform actions. So for example, you would have a function calculate user engagement. Or you can have a function create user or something like that. So you can see that we still use Camel Case, but the function name starts with the verb.